Alright boys, how's it going? Sorry, I was just doing a little bit of setup there. Sorry about that. You didn't miss anything. I was tweeting. Oh man, my Twitch alerts aren't working. I was just tweeting that I'm live, but we're gonna watch some Scrims today. So this should be quite interesting. Let me just get my setup the way that I like it. There we go. Alright. Let me just minimize this. And we're gaming. We're gaming. Team Secrecy versus Flipsid. They're just going to be scrimming for a little bit today for your entertainment. And meanwhile, I'll try to just, chill out, spectate it as best as possible. I'm not going to be, try hard casting this. We're just going to join in the lobby because I felt like you guys might want to watch this. And I was talking to the boys, and they told me that there was going to be a scrim. I was like, why don't I just sit in on that? So there we go, the classic Marky did a fake aerial. This is a play that I've talked to him about recently. We're going up to fake an aerial just for banter. Oh, look out for Metsonor's double touch. He is dangerous on the double touch. All of the Team Secrecy guys are very dangerous with the double touch mechanics. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this team. They are players who have been around the pro scene of Europe for quite a long time now, because Magnus and Metsonoris, both Finnish players, teammates of Jazer for the international team. You've got to look out for them. They've been teammates for a long time, and they've now matched up with a lot as their third, who most of you will know from the Sweden international team, but also formerly of Kapow, formerly of MyXMG, and I don't remember what the name of the team was that he played with in RLCS Season 3, I've forgotten, but he's a player with an incredible work ethic. I'm very impressed by it a lot, and just his ability to put so many hours into the game. It always impresses me that he can just focus so many hours of the day into Rocket League without getting burned out, because that's something that a lot of other players struggle with. It's an important thing to be able to do, just to be able to put hours into the game and not get bored of it, not get distracted too much. And a lot definitely puts in a ton of hours. So do all these guys when they're gaming, when they're tryharding. Why do you still have your sub badge? I guess you're still a sub. I guess it hasn't timed out yet for the past month. Oh, Marky with a, not sure if that was an intentional fake. He might have been trying to cut that infield and he just missed it by accident. That's always a possibility. Players who are going for thin cuts to try and pop the ball, sometimes they'll just miss it. It's never intentional, of course. But yeah, we do have a couple of subs. We got Valdemar24. No wait, that's a follow. Never mind, I'm gonna turn off follow alerts. There we go. But thanks for the follow, Valdemar. Don't usually thank follows, but I accidentally left the follow alerts on my Twitch alerts bar, so there you go, you're special. Welcome to the channel. But we actually have Big Billy 5 and Sean Rochi, 2 months and 5 months respectively. Welcome back, guys, much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. We're just going to be chilling out, watching some scrims, see how these guys are going to be looking as they go into the RLCS open bracket this weekend. This is the first weekend of the open bracket coming up, and both of these teams are very much expected to go undefeated into week 2. Where's the sound? Is the sound quiet? I could definitely put it up a little bit. If it is, it does seem a little bit quiet. Let me know in the chat if you want me to put the sound a little bit louder. That's a very interesting pass by Cox. He was trying to land that ball pretty much dead on top of Marky, who was already sitting in the box. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of sitting so close to the play like that, because it makes it harder for the person who's coming off the wall to pass it to you. But Marky had made up his mind. He decided that that's where he wanted to be. Oh, Metsonoris was perhaps looking for a double touch. He realized that he wasn't going to be able to get up over the ball and put it down towards the net. But oftentimes when that happens, players will just try and put it to the backboard and then follow up with a double touch themselves. There's Greasy with a half volley wall clear, sending it way over everybody. Marky showing us how to getting Cuxers away. Cuxer won't be too happy about that. But, they're maybe just experimenting with some new things. I wouldn't take these scrims 100% seriously. And I'm not just saying that as a scapegoat for the team that loses. Of course, teams do tend to just, warm up their mechanics and experiment with new strategies, new styles of rotation, mix up who's going to be defending, who's going to be focusing on attack. Maybe play a more big man redirecty role with a single player. That does happen sometimes with scrims, so we'll see if these guys are going to experiment. This is looking like a pretty defensively oriented game. Good job by Greasy just staying partially on his feet there. Look at the dunk by Cuxer, holy cow. Nearly getting a goal out of that. The ridiculous dunk. Is this going to be a very interesting... RLCS is going to be very interesting this season. Absolutely. There's a lot more top teams in Europe because Team Secrecy are one of those teams who last season, Metsonoris and Magnus were teamed up with Continuum, and they were definitely on the bubble. They had potential to make group stage, but they didn't actually make it. Oh, like, look at that shot by Mets. Upper 90. This is actually a screamer. If somebody else doesn't skip it, I won't skip this because that's actually a really good shot by Metsonoris. Of course, I'm going to try and be as invisible as possible here, let these guys practice at the most efficient rate possible. So if everybody skipped that replay, I would also have done that, despite the fact that the shot was a good one. I did want to see it again. Hope you guys appreciate that. There's Marky's kickoff that he's deliberately losing to the back, but he lost it really hard. Hey, Navonod23, welcome back, dude. I appreciate the resub, 2 months in a row. And hope you're going to continue enjoying the YouTube videos. I'm trying my best to keep a little bit of variety while also, you know, maintaining the level of content. But what a way to tie up the game by Metsonoris. That was a really solid shot. And good job by Marky right there, just maintaining possession. Greasy's kind of just flopping at it there, looking for a really light touch or a complete whiff. That might have been a team pinch save by Greasy and Cuxer. In fact, I'm almost certain it was. It didn't look like either one of them could have got that angle that the ball actually took by themselves. But of course, I was in the middle of explaining who these guys are. Metsonoris and Magnus did team up with the Continuum, and they were sort of a bubble team going into the last RLCS. I don't think many people expected them to make groups, so definitely not comfortably. But there was always possibility that they could do it, because they were taking a couple of series off the top teams at the time. However, the gap is definitely closed between the very, very top tier of teams and the next best teams. Oh my word, look at another absolute boomer by Metsonoris. Marky did making it that I'm not the only person watching this replay. Look at that shot. Cuxer in the net, no chance to get up in time. Very impressive stuff from Metsonoris. 2 phenomenal strikes that game. Absolutely phenomenal strikes. And since this is just scrims, I don't know if these guys are playing a series or not. We're just going to let them do their thing. I'm probably not going to put a score up on the screen because it's just scrims. Yeah, TS is Team Secrecy. TS is Team Secrecy. Gotta look out for these guys. I fully expect them to make group stage in RLCS, so definitely keep an eye on them in the throughout the qualifier stage. And going into the group stage, I right now, I think if the group stage happened, like, you know, in the next few weeks, these guys would be a top 4 team, and not because of plays like that we just saw from Magnus, utterly beating it. Magnus, a recent convert to the Batmobile, and just whiffs right there, leaving a wide open shot for Greasy. Not Team Sexy. I guess you could call them that if you want to. Definitely Team Sexy. That's, you know, it's possible. It's possible. It is definitely possible. But are we going to see any more boomers by Metsonoris? Very, very capable team in the air, which is, I think, part of the reason why a lot has meshed so well with Magnus and Metsonoris, because they're all very, very fast in the air, and they're all very, very deadly at rebounding and, you know, just getting up into the air quickly. That's going to be tie game as Greasy's. Why can I not? My hotkey isn't working. I can't actually get in. That was bugged. Sorry. I was trying to skip that replay and it wasn't letting me. I think my keyboard is unplugged, but I plugged it back in now at the back. Hey, King Revoker, welcome back 2 months. I very much appreciate the resub, dude. Thanks for the continued support. How well do I think Diva will mesh with NG? I think it'll take some time for sure before they become fully gelled together. Look at the speed that Alot's able to get up with. Even though he's uncontested, he would have scared Greasy away from that ball. Greasy, one of the fastest into the air himself. His Coxer just popping that on, hoping to take somebody out the game. Will Marky go for a half volley here? Yes, he will. Doesn't catch it down the line. Instead opting to go infield towards Cuxer. That's something that Marky and Cux do fairly often, and Greasy's starting to do that as well. Oh my, okay, Greasy didn't catch that well at all. Almost own goaling it, but he's been rescued by his teammates Marky and Cuxer. But like I was saying, Greasy's starting to conform to Marky and Cuxer's sort of possession maintenance out of defense play, where I think more than any other team in the world, certainly last season, but I think still, Flipside, with their passing plays out of defense, are extremely impressive. Oh, look at the dunk by a lot. We knew that he would be up for this because he does love to go up for aerials in this sort of area. But that was a really impressive play. Getting a block on Marky Duda's clear. And Marky Duda saying saying great pass, what a save in the chat. Just giving Marky a little bit of something to think about right there. What wheels is Marky using? They look like orange Alchemist, I think. Dino Barf, thanks for the kind words, dude. I'll definitely try to keep up the work. As I do very much enjoy this whole content creation process. Just trying to think of things I want to see and hoping that you guys also want to see that. And also Sean's #1. Welcome back, 5 months. And thank you for not spamming W's. That is what I like to see. You have to excuse me, I've still got a bit of a cold, guys. It's taken me a while to completely kick away this cold, despite the fact that it's mostly gone. It's mostly gone. Overlay? I'm not going to bother putting up an overlay because these are just scrims. I don't know if these guys are playing a series. They're probably just going to play till they don't feel like playing anymore. And it's more of an individual games thing. Although, you know, they will remember how many games have been won. That was actually a really good pass in field by Metsanoris. It put Marky in an extremely awkward position because he had to wait for the shot before he could commit to a save. But he did read that pretty well. Didn't go too far in field. And leave the bottom left corner open. The guy who's saying the donation messages is low. I guess I could put him up a little bit. Hold on. Let's try this. That might be a little bit lighter. Good pass. This time a lot. The facilitator of Metsanoris' shot. Just booming it off the near post. Very quick play from a lot. Good speed. Do you think it's possible if an unheard team will win RLCS this year? Absolutely not. I think that by now the pro scene is becoming so cemented. I mean, in Season 1 there was really only like 3 teams in Europe who looked like they were at the very top tier, and in America nobody was looking that threatening going into the LAN, and then IBP kind of came out of nowhere and showed everybody what they were made of. Air roll shot by Magnus does actually beat Cuxer, and another air roll shot. Getting a ton of height on these shots, and a lot could have been there, but oh my word, Metsanoris has just put it in. I've got a feeling this must have been an own goal, as Metsanoris hits it, and then Greasy actually own goals it in. Oh no, that's hilarious. What a shot by Greasy. I was thinking, how did Metsanoris put this in himself, but it was actually an OG by Greasy. Both these guys doing pretty similar kickoff strategies where there's nobody really cheating into the center of the field, which I do like in the current metagame. People are getting so good at not killing the ball in the middle that cheating is kind of worthless. But this is a phenomenal save by Greasy. He's just come out of the blind spot of Metsanoris, beating him to the ball and slammed it in the top corner. Very nicely done. Good opportunistic play from Greasy. He spotted that there might be a pass coming his way. There might be a pass coming his way from Cuxer. And he stuck around for it. Since I've turned the overall volume down, I'm just gonna turn this down a tiny little bit. I feel like it's too loud in my ear right now. These guys are just fooling around. Don't worry about the chat and everybody saying what a save and great pass and all that. They're all very good friends. I know for a fact that Greasy and a lot talk pretty much every day. The Cuxer pinching in the middle. It's actually gonna work out. Greasy beats everybody to the ball, and what a pass, Cuxer! I said I was just going to chill out, but Cuxer, that is a phenomenal play. Look at this pass from Cuxer, just coming out and dumping it right down in front of Greasy. Nobody can miss that shot, not even me. That was such a good pass. Really well done. Is there a place to find these demos? What demos? I don't know what demos you're talking about. But we did have, of course, Secrecy did take game 1, and Flipside are up in game 2, but these are close games, and that's really to be expected at the moment. Team Secrecy are a really, really good team. Metsanoris and Magnus have been playing a lot right now. Back pass from Cuxer. Marky and Cux, like I said, love to pass the ball out of defense. They're very good at that. They've always been extremely good at that. And again, they're combining their combining forces to get a pinch clear. And Greasy right now just trying to keep it in the end of Team Secrecy. Make it as hard as possible for them to get this on the ground. It's actually a bit of a misplay by Cux and Greasy to both go up for that, but it does work out because Cux has just hit it in off the wall. Greasy should probably leave Cux to just win this race himself, but it just goes straight in. As Cuxer with the wall shot did win the race. A lot was up pretty quick, but Cux was up faster. So there you have it, 1-1 in games. I guess I could put an overlay up. I mean, these guys are definitely taking this seriously because... Marky, what am I doing? These guys are definitely taking this seriously because this weekend, of course, is the qualifier for RLCS. I was thinking of not putting a score up because... Oh, excuse me. Thought I'd let you guys hear my sneeze just for banter. Hope you enjoyed that. Oh my goodness, I'm crying now. Whoa. We got Magnus and the default camera settings glitch as well. I've got a cold, guys. I'm trying to line up this this number. Do you guys like the sneezing? I can make it lighter if you want. How is this not lining up? This is so annoying. Please. Please, one time. Oh my goodness, it doesn't work. I can't get these numbers to line up. Maybe if I move this one instead. Yeah, that did it. Okay, we did it. Thank goodness. So now we can move it up off the bottom. Hoofed. Okay, that was harder than I expected. Look at chat. I'm looking, dude. I'm looking. F2. Did I say F? F2. Oh, I'm such a bean. F2 versus Team Secrecy. F2 have really improved. They've actually taken a game off Team Secrecy. What do you know? Oh my goodness, I've got such a bad itch in my nose all of a sudden.
No delicate shot yet, Jeffsk for you fast first.
My mic isn't shot. What kind of production value is this? That's a good question. What kind of production value is this? Kaylin, thanks for this resub. 4 months in a row. I appreciate that, dude. I'll have to get you back on stream again. How are you feeling about your skill level at the moment? That's good interception by Magnus. Flipside, I've got to look out. They do like to make these cross-field passing plays, but should it get intercepted, that can be extremely dangerous. That's the thing about passing in Rocket League compared to passing in, say, football or soccer, is that you can't really pass back that easily. Of course, if you want to make passing plays, it's usually all zigzagging forward, and then the only other kind of passing play that you see... What a save by Greasy. The only other common passing play that you'll see is if somebody's already downfield after a 50-50 or an aerial, and then they just have the ball hit towards them by a teammate. Batmobile's going at it right now. This is default camera glitch, Magnus. So we're probably going to try and avoid him as much as possible. That would not be ideal to see. Mike is muted. No, it's not. Also, Jew1911, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the channel. I almost missed that one. Rizzo and Woofless beat Matt and Turtle. I saw that actually. Oh, I didn't watch the game, but I just I saw that Rizzo was playing with Woofless in a video, so I like skipped to the end of every game just to see if they'd beaten any other pro teams. So I saw that John Sandman and Rizzo beat Sizz and Matt, so it looks like Matt just really struggles against the F2 boys. You'll have to hope that he doesn't run into them in the RLCS bracket. That'd be hilarious. Imagine if like F2 actually beat a good team. Super unlikely, but it could happen. He never falls for it. Well, that's because I can just look left and I'll see. I can see right there whether or not I'm muted. I can just look with my eyes, which is quite easy because I practice that all the time. I'm always looking at stuff, you know. Refresh the stream. Yeah, everybody, if you're lagging or something, just refresh the stream. I'm sure that it'll be fine. Team Secrecy really giving Flipside a good run for their money here, which is not a surprise to anybody who's been following the EU pro scene recently. But to those of you who might not be familiar with them, it might surprise you. But there you go, great counterattack by Flipside. Half volley wall clear to Cuxer. from Greasy. Look at that, just sniping out Cuxer. And well played by Cuxer to put himself in that position. Just already be over there because he knows that there's a good chance Greasy is going to hit it in that direction. A big part of passing plays is not so much about the player who's passing the ball. It's also about the player who's receiving the pass. They've got to make themselves as useful as possible. Try and put themselves in a position that is easy to pass to. And somebody who's really good at that is Cuxer97. He's very good at making his teammates look better by facilitating positioning.
Shout out to and John Sandman. Love you, Johnny.
Shout out to Wolfless and John Sandman if they are watching, from Conrad Allen. Thanks for the 6 months and congrats on the badge upgrade. Welcome back to the channel, dude. Appreciate the support. Magnus beans it in the corner. He's had a couple of defensive misplays, has Magnus. He needs to be careful not to get stuck underneath the ball in the corner right like that. Maybe rotate in a bit of a wider line just to keep more angles in front of himself. Because there's been a couple of times now that he has made that same mistake. Marky just protecting the ball right there. He didn't know what kind of post bounce it was going to take. What speed from Cuxer. He's trying to read this as it comes down. It looks like he may be out of boost. Marky going for a double touch of his own. He did score one of these at the RLCS Grand Final, where he put it off the ceiling and the back wall consecutively and still hit the rebound. It was one of the best goals I've ever seen Marky score. I'd encourage anybody to go and watch it. Cuxer's looking very fast right now in the Batmobile, but just like the goal that we saw Flipside score, Magnus and Metsenoris, the Finns, have teamed up to do a very similar sort of goal. Look at that pass from Magnus. Phenomenal stuff. Very nice pass. We're paying attention right now to Magnus, see what he does. He is actually going to cheat, but by the looks of things, nobody dead set on killing the ball, just trying to kill the momentum entirely. And another phenomenal passing play. We're seeing some great single pass into redirect goals. Look at this. This time Metsenoris to a lot. Getting up so quick and absolutely booming it into the net. Cuxer couldn't get it in, or couldn't get back in time. Phenomenal shot by a lot. It's just showing the consistency that these guys are able to drill these shots into the goal. It's Greasy trying to chip it to himself, but it is hard to win the race if you do chip it to yourself. Can Flipside get the comeback? Right now they seem to be struggling to deal with these quick passing plays. Although that is a great passing field by Cuxer. Greasy's up, but so is the entire Team Secrecy lineup. And somebody does get it clear for the Smelly Poo Nerds. TS, Team Secrecy have taken the lead. Very good games though. These games are extremely clinical, showing just the quality of defending that players have to rip out such a fast shot on the counterattack just to get a win in this series. Would I consider Team Secrecy a T3 team for EU? Well, if by T3 you mean Tier 3, absolutely not. Team Secrecy are a Tier 1 team, for sure. These guys are Tier 1. I think in tournaments they would definitely be the underdogs against Flipside and Northern Gaming. Flipside and Northern Gaming are probably still on a level up from everybody else in Europe at the moment. But teams like Mocket and Team Secrecy, I'd say they're the next best. There's always aces to consider. You can never forget them. Marky might have just tried to do a cheeky kickoff goal there, as he went for a fast kickoff straight down the middle. It is Marky's preferred kickoff strategy in 3v3. It's just a fast kickoff straight down the middle, because the options that usually happen, I mean in pro games, the most likely outcome is that the ball will first get hit by the person doing the fast kickoff down the middle, and then it'll get hit by by the opponent and go right back into your team's corner, the team who did the fast kickoff down the middle. And usually if you've sent a player to grab boost in that corner, it'll secure possession for that player, and then they can pass it to the the player who is also out of the play, preferably not cheating, because if you cheat you put yourself in a bit of an awkward position in the center of the field for any play that goes behind you. Well dealt with there by a lot. It was a good read on the wall, and he's again put himself in a fairly useful position, this time not getting the distance on the clear that he was looking for, but extremely deep rotations by Cuxer and Greasy simultaneously. But look at the speed that Cuxer is able to get up with. Magnus does save this one. Again, Cuxer, so fast into the air. I'm loving that he's flying sideways at these shots as well, because it's giving him a much more consistent hitbox. And people might wonder why that is, because you don't always see players going for those sideways aerials, and it's very obvious in the Batmobile when you spot the sideways aerial. Great passing play by Cuxer and Marky right here, and the finish by Cuxer to chip a lot. Very delicately done. Splendid finish. But like I was saying, if people want to know why Cuxer is aerialing like that, the main reason is that if you aerial just straight with your wheels going first and then you hit the ball with the underside of your car, it doesn't go very fast. However, if you turn your car sideways and aerial like sideways like Cuxer has been doing this series, then if you hit the ball with where your wheels would be, it's still a power shot because it's the side of your car rather than the undercarriage.
Cheer 370 woo.
So it's all about the power.
Woo weedy diddly doo pee piddly pee foo fa fee fee fo foo riddly diddly piddly poo dippity doo dop dippity day zippity zoppity boppity bop fip fop fap 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 woo wah wee wee wo woo.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. And thanks for the 370 chairs, Cosmic Dustmite. Much appreciated. Marky's definitely getting caught underneath the ball a little bit in attack on occasion right here. Like, I'd say driving a little bit too far forward towards the play before seeing what develops in front of him, and then he has to, you know, go straight up in the air almost to meet the ball, which is much harder than flying forwards at the ball like Cuxer has been doing. Although a bit of a mix-up here, Marky trying to do a back pass to Cux, and Cuxer thought that Marky was doing a fake aerial right here. If Marky faked that, Cux could have taken a grind shot, but instead he has just done a through ball for Team Secrecy. Not the greatest play coming out of Marky. Marky is going to cheat right here. So Flipside trying to win a kickoff and get a dribble going for Marky, one of the deadliest dribblers in the world. An interception by Magnus, spotting the Flipside back pass. Hey, thanks for the sub, Ween Hole. Welcome to the channel, dude. Summon to Twitch Prime. Very much appreciated. This is just great attacking play. Oh no, Cuxer's blasted in his own net. It was good pressure coming out of Team Secrecy, but this final shot was not on target. And Marky Duda's going to make Cuxer watch his own goal to punish him. Marky was beaten in the net, but the shot was not actually on target. Cuxer blasting it in. Did not get on the right side of that one. Maybe just taking out his frustration on his own goal. Great performance so far by Team Secrecy. They're doing a good job of intercepting Flipside's passing plays. And Flipside needs to be a little bit more creative. Again, Cuxer, though, does get it middle. How did he not get bumped here? Who was it that was chasing him? It might have been, yeah, it was Metsenoris. Oh, that is so close. So Cuxer jumped a split second before Metsenoris was going to bump him from behind. Otherwise, we would have seen Cuxer getting taken out of the game. But a lot of this time it will just be Flipside against themselves pretty much, because if they can't pull off their passing plays with enough consistency, they're going to end up giving away goals. And of course, if they are going to continue to be the best team in the world, we do expect them to continue these passing plays. But this shot quality coming out of Team Secrecy is so impressive right now. Magnus looking fresh in the Batmobile, just scoops it up with the back end of his car to the far post. And Marky creeping a little bit too far forward in the net, gets taken out the game. These are definitely two of the best teams in the world at the moment. Team Secrecy are up there. It's the first time that I saw this lineup play together with a lot. I was very impressed. It looked like a lot was really meshing well with Mets and Magnus, who have been playing together for a long time, like I did say. And that's really good to see, because Linus, the Swedish player, has been practicing a ton of Rocket League, and it really is starting to show. He's always been a phenomenal redirector of the ball and a great aerial game player, but he's solidifying the aspects of his game which he is less consistent on, and it's starting to show, because at the end of the day, work ethic is the #1 thing that these guys have to focus on if they want to be the best players in the world. As we see everybody going to rotate out here. That was Magnus's ball to go for, and if he is rotating back, that means that the entire Team Secrecy have to go back with him. But again, Flipside find themselves down in this game. Just the shot quality of Team Secrecy has been a little bit better from range, from the sort of mid-distance. But there's a aggressive play by Marky, getting two goalkeepers out of the way for Greasy's shot. Pretty funny goal here from Marky, just getting Magnus right out of that
I'm
line.
sorry, Johnny. You know I
can't skip this. Guys in chat, type 1 if I should skip. If I see anybody typing 1, I'll skip it. But thanks for the donation, the W boy. That's very much appreciated. This is insane though. The W donations, I can listen to it for a while, but there's only so much you can take, and the problem with it is that it just goes on for so long. It just goes on for so long. And you guys, you might be wondering why I'm focusing mostly on Flipside here, and you might think that it's because of my ties with Flipside as their team manager, but it's mostly because the style of play that we're seeing out of Team Secrecy is very much intercept and defend play. They're just defending and trying to intercept Flipside's plays and then hit them really hard in the counterattack. And although Flipside are well known for their counterattacks themselves, they are definitely getting beaten at their own game right now, because Team Secrecy are just playing way too fast in the counterattack mode. Flipside are trying desperately to keep the ball in the air. Team Secrecy are not going to let that to happen though. Metsonoris fires it right down. 3-1 in the lead now. Very impressive stuff by TS. By TeamSpeak. But I wouldn't, like I said, I was thinking about not putting a score up here because I know that they're not, it is just scrims, you know? And we can't take too much away from Team Secrecy. I'm not trying to take anything away from them and their lead here. This is very, very impressive play. Very impressive play. The amount of times that they've sent 2 players to the same ball, you could probably count on one hand. So very good rotation out of them. Very fast play, very confident play. They're absolutely not afraid of this Flipside tactics lineup, which is a big thing when you're going up against the world champions. When you're going up against Marky Duda, Cuxer, and Greasy, you've got to play confidently. And if you don't believe in yourselves, then you're definitely not going to win. These guys have got to believe. Look at the double touch by Magnus. It was actually on the net. And a lot is not done yet. But it looks like the double rotation out by the Finns is going to lead to Flipside pressure. Flipside have had the most, or the majority of the pressure in these games. And perhaps more solo plays. But the team plays have been very impressive for TS. There's another turnover. It looked like that might have been a save on Marky Duda's shot. His shot wasn't that powerful though, was the major issue in that situation. But so much possession for Flipside. They're always getting at least a 50-50 out of all these plays. If we just look at what's happening here, it's all Flipside, and Team Secrecy are just trying to find the gap in the rotation that they can exploit, trying to frustrate Flipside into leaving a space for them to utilize. Because sometimes if you can just defend against a team for 2-3 minutes and not concede, then they stop to, or they start to overcommit. And they start to worry that maybe they're not doing something right.
Any chance of seeing more of Memory? I was impressed by his performance in the 1v4.
Yeah, I'll definitely be looking to get Memory back on. It was really good to get him on the stream. I don't actually have him on Steam, so if he's around, be sure to add me, Memory, because I need to get you on my friends list if I want to have ease of access to getting you back into games. And thanks for the resub, Feels Bad Dan. Well,
Your
welcome back
nose
to.
is sexy. I'm not gay.
That's good to know. Appreciate the resub. 3 months in a row. I'm not straight out of Chrome. Whoa, my goodness! Look at that half volley clear by Magnus, and a lot's gonna slam it in. Are you kidding me, Magnus? Look at this play. Absolutely rips it. That is a clanger. Says a lot. What a pass out of Magnus. This guy can do some ridiculous things with the Batmobile. That is possibly the hardest half volley wall clear I've ever seen. And thank you a lot. Thank you so much for scoring on that rebound so we could watch it a second time. Because that was absolutely outrageous. How did he get so much distance on that clear? And speaking of distance, Greasy blasting a long shot at himself. Look at this, the power that he's able to generate from that wall shot. Where he came well off the wall, I should say. He jumped off the wall for the aerial and caught the ball really, really sweetly. But a lot's just going to go 1v3. Thoughts on Neat Mike hitting Grand Champ? Just more proof that North America 2v2, I believe it would have been 2v2, right? A North American 2v2 ladder is a complete joke. I'm just kidding, but not really. It's like, you know, it's one of those jokes that I'm going to say tongue-in-cheek, but then actually mean it. But you guys are all going to get triggered, so I have to say that I'm kidding, just so that I can have a scapegoat. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that one. But congratulations to Neat Mike, you're now the same rank as me, so... is that a good achievement? Is that really a good achievement, being the same rank as Johnny Boy? Most people would not think so. Shots fired at the entire North American ladder. Yeah, that's right. NA 2v2 is ridiculous. Every time I play North American 2v2, I'm just like, what on earth is this? Like, I play 2v2 in US East, and I'm just disgusted by the giveaways of possession. They're very generous, lots of possession donations. Just somebody will get the ball and just immediately give it to the other team. I'm like, that is an interesting play. Very, very curious that you would just blam the ball to the other team in that situation. But hey, whatever works for you, my friend. They're usually annoyingly good at aerials, though. I always underestimate people in the air in America. I'm like, he's probably missing that, for goodness sake, he scored. That's my thought process when I see an American going up for an aerial. But they do have a ton of practice going for those silly aerials, so it's to be expected. How's that for an answer? Did you expect that? When you guys started spamming, I bet you thought I was going to be PC, but nah. No PC here. Just other letters of the alphabet. Who else did we miss? We missed Neverg with the sub. Welcome to the channel, dude. I appreciate it. And I think we already thanked Weenhole. But all the subs and support, very much appreciated as always. Eat Mike vs Johnny Boy 1v1. I don't think I'm allowed to stream that on Twitch. It's probably against the TOS to win a 1v1 game that hard. So edgy, I know, right? It's lovely. Good aerial shot by Marky. Just looking for precision here more than anything else was Marky. Just trying to slot it into that top corner. Like we saw. No, I'm just kidding. The F2 boys are great. I love what they're doing with Rocket League. They're bringing a ton of people to Rocket League. A ton of YouTube viewers are coming to Rocket League through F2, and it's awesome to see that Rizzo, his YouTube channel is starting to grow because he's doing some collabs with them. So that's really cool. It's really good to see just any interest in Rocket League as a game is good for me. So everything that I'm saying, I know I have to say this because some people don't realize that I'm kidding when I'm you know, being savage. But yeah, it's great to see those guys bringing people to the game and just enjoying the game and, you know, having such a good time playing it. So I'm all for F2. They're phenomenal. Great bunch of guys. Oof, a lot. Just getting a tiny wee nick on that one, but it's not going to be enough. Coxer booms it right back in. Set a tab back in there to skip that replay. Redworm85. Appreciate the sub, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Could you Twitch Prime subbed anywhere, but you've done it right here, and I appreciate that. It's pretty difficult to go up for a rebound that's in your own blind spot, and a lot went for that one. I would have been very impressed if he nailed it right into the net. Does keep the ball alive in Flipside's end, and a bit of an overcommit. Marky and Greasy both going for this ball. I'm not sure what happened to Cuxer. He was well out of the game. What am I drinking? This is Iron Brew Scottish Water of Death. It's just like a soda for those of you who are North American. Good speed on the turn there from Magnus. He just got there in time, and he's gonna score to tie the game. Another free goal. Huge overextension by Flipside right here. I don't know how this goal made it in. What is Marky doing? That is a huge misplay by Marky. I've got to think that he wasn't looking at the screen right there, because flipping forward in that situation made no sense at all. He could have just saved that if he was paying attention. But he doesn't get it. Oh, Cuxer saves Greasy's shot by accident, but it doesn't matter. Marky's there for the 0-second goal. Look at that. Cuxer to Greasy, back to Cuxer, and then Marky Duda is there for the finish. It's a little bit fortunate, I will agree. But it looks like that's going to be GG's. Flipside did drop 2-3 in the scrims. Taking last game though, which is a minor victory, I suppose. But very good games. Impressive stuff out of Team Secrecy. I would very much encourage you guys to keep an eye on them for Season 3. They're gonna be a team to watch for sure. I really hope that they make group stage. I think they could be a great LAN team as well. Magnus, Metsonoris, and a lot are all really nice guys. Great personalities. I'd love to see Linus at a LAN. He's been so close a few times. Or in Season 1, he was pretty close with Kapow before Turbo left to join Mocket. And their chances were obliterated. But it would be really good to see Linus at the LAN. I'm sure that's a emotion that we could all get behind. But very good games. Exceptional counter-attacking by Secrecy. Flipside kind of got their passing plays going towards the end.
Here's Johnny.
Definitely leaving too many gaps to exploit though. I think Flipside's one of their biggest problems at the moment is that when they start a passing play, they don't know when they should just say, yeah, actually, this one's not going to work. We should just defend now. Once they start passing and they're like, man, we've got Cuxer to Marky, back to Cuxer to Greasy to Marky again. And they're like, oh, man, we're so good. If we score, this would be amazing. And then they, you know, go a little bit too hard for it. Everybody overcommits. Everybody's out of boost and they get counterattacked. So that's something that Flipside could perhaps work on, in my opinion. Is just knowing when to give up on a play. It's something that they're a little bit better at in more serious games. These scrims, of course, a little bit more chilled. These guys just want to relax and practice their mechanics, practice their rotation. And you guys